Welcome to London's craziest gangster with me, Mr. Fish, whose motto is, if angels fly and devils die, how come I'm still alive? Well, what a mad moment for Donald Trump, eh? God, mate. Was that mad or what? I mean, God, after everything he had gone through and, what they have put, God knows what they're going to put him through now. What are they going to do to him now? Mate. It's got to be alien collusion, and Russian collusion, this collusion, that. Mate. And then all these compatriots and the people that helped him are all getting Judy, and the other ones all got jailed, and Steve Bannon, and it's just mad, isn't it? What a machine they are, though. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, we're the best in the world. What a machine. What powerful people they are. And, you know, you're not talking about urchins, Rudy Giuliani, the solicitor. You know what I mean? Like, he's top of the game. He was pro-establishment at one time. And, it just shows you, innit? Oh, God. Mate, but I was there. It was, I was slightly amused by his win. It's gonna. I mean, for me, Trump has made politics, American politics, interesting. I mean, that's for me. I mean, he's made it interesting. It's funny, hilarious. He got carried. He got carried, but I think he won it when he said, "They're eating the cats and the dogs in Springfield." They're eating their pets. I think when he said that, I think when he said that, that was it. I think everybody went, you know what, we got to vote for this guy. He's an absolute loon. But I love him. I think he's hilarious, and fair play. You know, he nearly died. He nearly died, and I don't care what any man, woman, child on the earth says. I don't care if you're genuine Einstein or Lord Mountbatten. I don't care who you are. I want to tell you this now. Yeah, nobody, right, can just get up, grab an AR rifle, and take a shot 150 yards and nearly kill her. And I don't care nobody can do that. I don't care. You have to be trained to do that. You got none of the velocity, the air, the wind. Come on, mate. You know what I mean? Like, come on, mate. And it's going to be very interesting now. Will they take another attempt? Will they take? God, I don't know, but it looks like they have to, doesn't it? Because can they really wait 4 years for him to stop this and do that? And if they could consider it as damage, and if they don't get it again, well, so it's wow. This is a very interesting and a very interesting and I don't want to say precarious because it's not that bad, but very interesting and I don't know whatever the word is. Interesting, very interesting, and we just need to see what goes on. We need to see what happens. But yeah, it was great. As for Tommy Robinson, well, do you know what made me laugh? What makes me laugh? It's funny how we're all talking about him being in a segregation unit. Well, I think what people forget, or what ex-prisoners and prisoners forget, is sometimes being down the block is the segregation unit block, which is the best place in the nick. Honestly, I was down there for 5.5 months. I've been down there 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, about 5.5 months long, and I swear to you, mate, it's pucker. It's a banger. It's if you've got solitude and you can live on your own, then excuse me, Excuse me, I do apologise. So if you uh, have solitude and you can live with yourself, it's all right. And secondly, you don't have all the mayhem and chaos and madness that goes on the wing. You're not in it. You're not in the midst of it. So you know, so sometimes the block can be a real the best place in a prison to do your bird, and it's quite funny because it goes quite quick if you get used to it. But you have to, you have to make sure you mustn't look at time, and it's mad. You especially if you don't have any reading material or letters or everything. If you're just down there and there's nothing in the cell, ooh. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still great, but you have to use your imagination. When you're down the block, you have to use your imagination. You go in that cell and it depends. I mean, one day I told you that I was in there naked when I had to fight with the wonderful officers. And the doctor came down there when I was in the cell, stripped off, and said, right, let's do it to the block officers who are the disciplinarians of the prison. And the Indian doctor shouted through the door, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Who's that? Who's that?" And he went, "It's me, the doctor." He was an Asian doctor. And I went, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he said, "Are you hearing voices?" I don't know if that sounded Asian, but I'm trying. And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Whose?" I said, "Yours." I mean, who else's voice do you think I'm hearing, yeah? And he's supposed to be the doctor. I'm an absolute loon. And so, blocks are, yeah, well, it depends on what you're there for. Depends on whether you get on with the screws or not. I do apologise. Whether you get on with the screws or not. That as well depends on the way you're treated down there. Do you know what I mean? But when you're down there, you are 150% category in their hands. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite mad. But yeah, it's great, and you have to when you're down there. One of the greatest things is, I mean, I used to just run on the yard and do circuits. So that's it. You gotta keep yourself mentally and physically fit. So I used to just go on the yard and I'd do a circuit all for the whole hour of the exercise yard or run. And they used to like that. And you're quiet, you don't cause no hassle, you have respect. Then they treat you that way. If you're loud, crazy, and I remember I was down in the mount and the guy was smashing the chair all night long. I don't know how many of you have been to prison and you go down the block and there's always that one in there. So that is the only problem with the block. Sometimes you always get the loon, don't you? Who's on the meds, so he sleeps all day, he's awake all night, he crashes the wall. And I remember one of them done it to me, and so I thought, okay, cool, sweet. You want to bang my wall, yeah? All night long, so I can't see, screaming to him, okay, cool. Watch in the morning. So I wait till the morning. As soon as I got up, crash. Oh, I smashed the table on the wall, crash. And the officer come in and go, "Oh, fish, please. I said, "Gov, listen, mate. He fucking done it to us all night long. No, Gov, I'm not having it. Now I keep him fucking away all day long. Come, mate, you can't take the piss. You know what I mean? We're trying to sleep, he's fucking back. No, I'm not having it." So I get in, he goes, "Fish, please." So I said, "All right, Gov, for you." And it was funny because later on that night, he didn't do it. Problem solved. And then it's and also Tommy, also down there, I always say sometimes, no matter who you are, where you come from, what you do, or where who or where you're from, whenever you go to prison, you'll always find someone who is from your area, who knows someone you know, and so you never know. Wherever he is, someone could go down the block. They might sympathise with his views. They might talk to him. The screws might catch on to that, let them out on exercise, put them on the cell next to each other so they can talk to each other. So there's lots of ways in which he won't be lonely, or lots of things or events that could take place that could either make his stay a good time or a bad time. So yeah. Plus he has the telly. He'll have his telly. He'll have his books and everything if he gets to enhance. I think the prison estate and the establishment, the officers. I think they, especially the blocks. I think they just treat him as, they just talk to him as any ordinary person. I think they'd be quite fascinated by his life and how he and his story. So that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be interesting for them, But yeah, I I hope he not just Tommy, anybody, women, men, children, anyone serving a prison sentence, whether it's a day, a month, or that. I think anybody serving it, listen, it's hard, and all you can do is wish them the best, because I'm telling you, prison can be, well, it is if you go to a proper one. They're all, anyway, Wandsworth, Pentonville, Scrubs, Winchester, Peterborough, all the sort of remand centres, remand prisons, the Verne, all prisons, the Mount, Colne, all prisons are rough, they're all dangerous. And it's funny because every time you go to a new prison, you start a new story. You know what I mean? It's just mad. You go to one prison, and you sort of put your head down, you get on, and Scrooge just find out who you're about. The cons will find out what you're about, and it. You have to that when you go into prison. That is when you first step into prison. That is where it makes or breaks you, and anybody who's been in prison would tell you. I think going into that reception, and trying to get what you want from them screws. So if you want a single cell, you go put your single cell in, but they were like, yeah, you do as we're told. You get in there, and you're like, well, you know what? Let's fucking do it. You got to let them know at the same time what they're gonna do. Smash the fuck out of you. Wowee. Ooh, I'm scared. So these sticks and stones break my bones. But anyway, when you go into that prison, that's it. That's where you make it. But one thing about, and I dare say it's the same for the new school, or the school now, which is the old school, the new old school. So we're the old school and they're the new old school. But I suppose it's with them. They go there, their mates are there, they chill out, you know what I mean? You have a laugh, So that's another great thing. If you're in the game, you normally can get your mates, you normally meet your mates. It's a bit difficult now for these postcode wars, but I suppose it's still the same in reality. But we would get there, and we know a mate from east or up north, and we know him because we've been burning him, and we get in, and you get in the cell with him if you've got a double up, or you'd go down the block or do whatever it takes to get your single. And then you might have to face a nicking, but if you can do the nicking properly, then you're okay. But you might be able to meet a mate or a friend, and hello mate, like my mate Ray, I took on the Muslims with, you know, hello, Raymond banged out. Oh, did we have a lot? Oh, come on. We're running around arm in arm, running around, dancing around the cell. The screws used to come up and go, Bo, fish, shut up. Oh, this is the other one. Yeah, I'll tell you what, yeah. People wonder why I'm not mental health. Believe me, oh my absolute loon. My God. We would just do, man. I ain't like I said, elbow. Yeah, well, I forgot what we were saying. We don't care, we don't care, we don't care. We're banged up in here. We don't care, we're banged up in here. We're just mad, we were just, you know, we were just nuts, you know. I was a nut. I used to come out on the landings and go, they come at us. They come at us. Okay, absolute loon. Oh, you know, then I had the wonderful one, then I Piddly Widdly 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 Dee. Are you a member of the HMP? Please, you got to do that bit. Prison officer, please chat to me. We won't cause no trouble. We just want the key. Piddly Widdly 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 Dee. Are you a member of the HMP? Please, prison officer, please chat to me. We won't cause no trouble. We just want the key. Piddly Widdly 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 Dee. Are you a member of the HMP? Please, as an officer, please chat to me. We won't cause no trouble. We just want the key. So we was all fun. I mean, you know, yeah, that was the problem. That was the thing about prison. Look, man. Look, if you got to do it, you got to do it. Do it happy, man. Do it happy. I mean, you know, we did everything in there. We had laughs and running about and errands for the boys and running around Spring Hill naked on Ford and parcels coming over the fences. I mean, mate, it's a mad life, you know. People self-harming, suicides, people getting killed in there, hanging. Fuck it, mate, it's mad. Absolute madness. Drugs and, you know, and made-up weapons. And, it was just mad. And the beatings and people getting smashed up because they owe a quarter of burn. I mean, right cut, you know, like, ruined, you know. Tortured. It was just mad. And, you know, you have to come through all that. Especially if you're 12 side or anyway, no, not just 12. Well, anywhere, you got to come through it all. You have to come through it all as much as you can. I'm scared. You know, we come out and people think, you know, you're reintegrated, but, you know, after 10 odd years and going that, I mean, mate, are you really reintegrated? Haven't you managed to settle down in civilian life? You know, is it still in you? It is. It's as you can tell, like, mate, most people go to Ibiza and Tenerife and then Marbella, and I go to Wandsworth, Brixton and Coldingley and Swalsong, Elstone. Mate, there should be holiday brochures for these places, baby. Please believe me. It's mad. And then you have fights with the officers. And that's quite a funny one, really, because sometimes you could be good and the officer's on the wing, you know. So when you have a fight with another officer, but normally if it's a fight with an officer that's not on the wing, then they kind of your officers know something must have for you to trigger that, you know, like when in Wandsworth, an officer, a white geezer hit the black guy, but when the screws hit the alarm and came running, Mr. Freeman who was a good man in the end, but he jumped the black officer. And a lot of the black guys didn't like it, and they said, "Oh yeah, Fish, you got us all off the landing, all in the kitchen, because when the fight happens, you have to get them off the landing." So I thought, well, get them in, and they went, "Oh, Fish, yeah, oh, they jumped the black." I said, "Oh, okay, so what? So what you're saying is, you're saying that you want me to let you all go out there and fight the screws for the kid, yeah?" I said, "All right then, sweet. What, you wanna do it? You wanna have it with them? Come on, let's go." So I went, crash, I rushed for the thing, bosh the governor, I'm fighting the governor, I'm putting it for you, cunts, fucking me. Yeah, and who was the only one who got fucking... Who was the only one who got taken down the block? Yeah. So I'm saying with half these people, everybody talks a good story, but when it comes to the actual reality, yeah, of having the balls to hurt yourself, having the balls to take. A lot of people ain't got that. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. When people talk about Tommy Robin, I'll do that, mate. Someone get hurt, you mate. Yeah, sometimes you have to get hurt, and you got to make sure that beating, that hurt, or you got to make sure that doesn't break you, it doesn't hurt you. You got to still keep smiling regardless of what they do to you. I mean, I've done 10 and a half years. 10 and a half years. I learned Spanish. That's one good thing. Aprendo español en la prison 3 años. Hablo fuerte y grande, pero no personas hablan. So because I don't speak it, but it won't take me long to go to Spain. So I did an open university, and I did a radio production course. Doc Murdoch, how are you, kid? Boom, boom. And your solicitor friend. It was fantastic. And I got, I told Terry today, 6 distinctions in that BTEC National Diploma for radio and 4 merits. So that is why I'm just learning my editing on YouTube, and then hopefully I'll be able to come even better. Remember, I'm just learning. I'm not rushing. I'm chilling. Hopefully we're going live. So all these videos you see, I'm just learning now. I'm actually learning the game. And prison is mad. It's mad. It's mad. It's the fights, you have the fights on the wing. You have an officer, they're pissing in your food, shitting on you. You just go eat the food. Mate, it is absolutely class. And then you got the fights with the inmates, like I did with the Muslims. Me and Ray Bulls died, but it's mad. And then you got, I'm not trying to be funny. I saw a podcast of the UK Raw or something. UK Raw, and they done a film on me. They made a few mistakes, and they said, "Oh, I made the hierarchy, and I made a mistake." No. I didn't mean the hierarchy. The hierarchy meant me. This is the hierarchy. Yeah. Where this ain't even. There's not even hierarchy. There's no archy where I live. And that's what I'm saying. I walked in. It was no mistake. I walked in. They picked on me. They picked on my mate Ray. So I walked into 30-handed, not mistake, mate. Sometimes you have to die on what you believe. It ain't no mistake, mate. And remember, I told you, one bumped into me on purpose. I said, I apologise. He said, fuck your mother. No, he said, blah, 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 blah. Go fuck your mother. Next minute, we've had the fight. They started kicking the back of my shoes. It was not, the UK Raw podcast are saying, you might see it as a film, but they got it wrong. They said, when I robbed the Great Train Robbery, my impulsivity got me. No, what happened was I was going to turn around and say, I got a house repossession. But when the manager came to me, he came and he threw £400 coin. So now I don't have time. I know the alarm's been raised. I know the police are on their way. And so now I don't have time. So it's not impulsive. Crash. Give me the fucking money. I'll blow your balls off. That's, mate. I can't be... That's the quickest way to get them to comply with it, and it worked. It's not impulsive. What else did they say? So I went on the yard and said I was gay. I said I was gay at 10 to 12 on New Year's Eve in NYC in the Springblocks pub. So I went on the yard to have the fight. So it's quite funny how they got that story so drastically wrong. What else did they say? So, but most of it was, UK Raw, podcast, whatever you are. What's his name? What's the traveller's name? Dougie Joyce, I think his name was. Whoever. Thank you for doing it. There are mistakes, and I'd love you to get hold of me and rectify it because what you do is second to none. It's absolute class. But yeah, I mean, prison. Come on, prison. Oh, you have to live it to enjoy it, to thrive on it. It is mad. Honestly, it is the most maddest, craziest fucking. You think Alton Towers is fun? Yeah. You think Alton Towers is man. There's nothing like being involved in danger. Oh, it, it's it is a rush in itself. When you come out of that cell every day, not knowing if you're going to be attacked, not knowing if you're going to kick off, not knowing whether it's your last day. It's mad. It's mad. But I think another thing that another thing you have to remember, because I always did the security of the big raves, outdoor raves, and I did indoor raves and Don FM and Innocent Innovation and Innocence and Margate and all the big fields. And Stratford Rec, the Rocket, everywhere. We did everywhere. And the stars between them, Curtis and Fundamental Criminals, blah, blah, blah. And I was mad because that was another thing people didn't really understand about me. They didn't understand. Number one, I was a disciplinarian, and that's what people kind of don't really see sometimes. But I'm a disciplinarian, very respectful, but I had to keep the order. So I kind of understood the role of not kind of. So I understand the role of the police, and I understand the role of the prison service, and people in the positions such as themselves in those positions, and the government. I understand. I've done it. It's 136 jackets, and you have to police people from all backgrounds. It is mad, and everyone's got different problems. Someone might have a bad trip. So they trip out. 4 days on a life support machine in a coma. It was funny though. But you have a bad trip, so you got to take him out the trip. Well, I've got a bad E, so you're not dancing, so the E's stuck here. So then you have to get into him and say, this to that, to the wrist, the crap, to the mic, on the bass, to the bass, on the back. Reach it, teach it, mix it, mix it. Do me a favor, please, don't leave it. Touch it, this and touch it, that. But always remember the bass on the back. Yeah, she's yours, she's mine, she's two of a kind. Oh my God, she's hard to find. Watch her move and watch her slide. Watch her wet and watch her ride. Here she comes, she's coming on strong. Here she goes, she's all night long. Hear the bass and hear the song, but always remember, keep it moving on. Yeah, it's a curious man. And then, you have the guns pointed at you, and mate. And then you have to carry a gun yourself, and that's a pressure, mate. Carrying is a pressure in itself. It is because number one, you carry, and remember, you have to know. You gotta know what that can do. You have to understand what that does in our society, within our society. So you have to understand the rules. You got to understand where we're going. You have to understand what it does, the weight you're carrying when you carry a gun of any caliber. I don't care too much, any caliber, any caliber. But, you have to understand, the weight carrying it. You've got to be observant, look out for police all the time. You got to hope you don't get stopped. You got to, And then, the funniest thing about, having them on a gun and having a gun and, is using it. And not just using it, but, listen, you have to decide when is the correct time to use it. That is, that is the most, that is the most, lethal. Not even lethal. I hate when I lose words. But it's the most, man. I'm just going to use 5 letters if I can't lose an 8. It's the most mad. It's mad. It's the most sort of Oh, help me out, someone, for God's sake. Emotional, right? It's one of the most emotional. Because when are you gonna? When have you got to pull it out? If someone pulls it out, theirs out on you first, or pulls theirs out on your boys, you got to pull yours out. But now it's different in it because if you're seeing them pull out your boys, you're obviously not in front of them, or you are in front but behind, so you can pull your out and take from an advantage. They might not see you letting off, but if they're in front of you and they're pulling it out, and you got to pull your out. It's going to be the first to pull the trigger, innit? So it makes it difficult now because you might have to pull the trigger straight in the heart and it's all over, or straight in the head, or he might put it and you get it straight in the heart, or you get it in the head. That's it. So but at least if he can't see you, at least you can get him in the leg. But at least you're not facing a murder charge, and that's the most difficult thing. And it's just so you can't allow. You can be the most angriest, upset, shouting, but you mustn't allow your mindset to pick that up and just go out there willy-nilly, like it nearly happened to me with the universe. But it's a good job of saying I've got a mind, a good job I've got good people and I listen. And that's how I wanted to work out about the school shooters and the kids that stab people now. I understood it now because no one listens to them, there's no one talk to it. It's just, and you just have enough effort and you're prepared to go to prison because you know what? Okay, it's mad. Isn't it sad that we can actually feel like that? It's mad, isn't it? It's all right. And I bet there's thousands, if not millions of people on the island that feel like that. And it doesn't go in the newspaper every day. Because you don't remember the newspapers only give to us what they want to give to us. Listen, there are far worse things that go on that are not reported. You got to remember that. Yeah? You got to remember there are things, that are not reported. So, sometimes we're not all as bad as we think we are. Please believe me. Please believe me.